Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Genna Gent, Vice President, Global Public Policy and Government Relations, McDonald's.
Good morning. Good morning. And thank you. As the voice of God said, I am Genna Gent. I'm the Vice President of Global Public Policy and Government Relations at McDonald's. I have the immense privilege of helping one of the world's most iconic brands engage with its people, the communities, and work on climate issues across the globe. Today, we have the immense privilege of helping Concordia meet its sustainability standards and goals for this conference, and for helping them with their activities during the week. So those nifty water bottles that all of you got, I hope, those are all thanks to us. So great. I feel that I should say, after 2.5 days of you all listening to some of the world's biggest thinkers and intellects and leaders about the biggest issues facing the planet, this conversation is not that. This is much more and now a word from your sponsor kind of moment. But with that, let me say, we are happy to have this opportunity. I am happy to have the opportunity to share a little bit about what McDonald's is doing in the sustainability space. You might be saying to yourself, McDonald's and sustainability? Well, yes. At the end of the day, we are a food company, a big one. We make burgers and fries and milkshakes, and all of those things start as something that grows. They need healthy soil, fresh air, clean water in order to grow. So being here at Concordia and being part of this conversation is not just a nice thing for us to do, it is part of our larger business imperative. So let me tell you a little bit about it. I often introduce myself at events like this by saying, hi, I'm Genna. I work for McDonald's, little burger company, maybe you've heard of us. Because the thing is, everybody knows something about McDonald's. Maybe you pick up a Happy Meal on the way home from a soccer game. Maybe you have traveled the globe and you've delighted in the fact that you can get the same salty, hot, fresh fries in some random corner of the world that you get at home. Maybe you had your 6th birthday party there. Maybe you just remember 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, like I do. The point is, you know something about McDonald's. You might not know, however, that we at McDonald's have been on a climate and sustainability journey for really more than 10 years. And our intention over those 10 years has been to use our very big footprint to impact the world and the climate in big ways. And we are big. We have restaurants in 40,000 communities in 120 countries around the world. We feed 65 million people a day. Last year alone, we purchased 759 million pounds of potatoes in Idaho. This is a really good one. Those Happy Meals that I mentioned, we are actually the world's largest distributor of children's toys through our Happy Meal program. So we are really big, but our intention is not just to be big, our intention is to make big change. Because we are so big, we can make change sometimes just by making little, very small changes. 4 years ago, in 2018, we were the first global restaurant company to set a science-based target to reduce emissions. Those Happy Meal toys I mentioned, by changing to more sustainable sourcing and materials, we are getting rid of 65,000 metric tons of plastic. Last year, we announced our commitment to a global net zero emissions target by 2050. We're making progress on our interim goals to 2030. Just last week, we struck a 15-year deal here in the US to provide solar power to more than 1,200 restaurants across the United States. Little changes, really big impact. But as all of you know, this path forward is not necessarily always linear, and it can't be slow, and we have to work together on it. So in the spirit of collective action and discussion, which is what you all have been engaging in for the past 2 days, I thought I'd just touch on 3 areas where we can share that ability to drive even more change. The first is that scale is strength. It's one that you all in this room have the ability to impact the industries in which you operate. You all, like me, have a supply chain. Mine is really big. It's the 2nd largest in the world, second only to Amazon. Has everything from Tyson chicken to beef cattle to ice cream cones in it. But no matter where you look, when we work with our partners to reduce our overall carbon footprint across that value chain, we can make change across entire industries in a really big way. We have partnered with farmers and ranchers across our system to look at more sustainable farming practices. In the United States, we're working with our friends at Cargill, WWF, and the Nature Conservancy on soil health, on regenerative grazing practices in the Great Plains. We're a founding member of Ag Mission, that is a global collaborative to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the ag space. We use tools like the CDP supply chain. We ask all of our suppliers, or nearly all of our suppliers in our nearly $40 billion supply chain purchase of paper, packaging, and food, to report their actions in the forestry and climate spaces. The coffee, there are all sorts of things on our menu that you will see that are 100% sustainable, including our filet of fish sandwiches. Coffee in our US restaurants is 100% sustainable, thanks to a partnership to create a sustainability improvement program where we are working with farmers and ranchers in our coffee supplying nations with technical assistance and community support. So, working within that supply chain is critical to us. Number two, it's not just about the supply chain, obviously it's within our own company. For us, that means working with our franchisee operator owners who own most of the restaurants across the country and across the globe on their own ability and options for being more sustainable. It's meant us working with them on things like investing in off-site and on-site renewable energy. You heard me mention our solar commitments we made just last week. LED lighting, energy management systems, energy efficient kitchen equipment, helping them and encouraging them to move to those kinds of systems. When you have 14,000 restaurants in the United States alone, again, a little change can make a really big difference. And then the last one, of course, is back to the outside, working with partners and collaboration with our stakeholders. We continue to invest our time and resources in working with groups like the Science Based Targets. We are happy to have been part of the work that is coming in the next just few weeks, I think, around forest, land, and ag, the FLAG guidelines that are coming. We are also part of the greenhouse gas protocols and have helped to solidify credible emissions measurement norms. And we are very proud of all of that work. So all of these things, whether you're working inside a supply chain, working inside of a company, working with shareholders and stakeholders and partners, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You all know these things. The collaboration of public and private is wildly powerful. The fact that you're in this room shows that you know it, you care about it, you're making it useful for you and for the world. You're working in to dig to solve really important problems. So maybe the only thing you didn't know is about what we did, and I'm happy to share our role in it and share a little bit about what we do, and I hope that you leave this room thinking, McDonald's, really big, making big change for good. So with that, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and this sponsor thanks you for the work that you all are doing.